Assalamualaikum. How are you all? Hope so all of you are fine. Welcome back in our online history class. So student, today we will start our chapter 3, beginning of Hindus and Muslim nationalism, 1885 to 1911. So what happened in the late of 18th century? In the late of 18th century, this was considered as the beginning of Hindu and Muslim nationalism when they became two nations in the subcontinent. So we will know that how did this nationalism start. Muslim became a body of people who could be classified as a nation in India in the late 18th century. After that, Arab Muslims had arrived as traders and they settled in the subcontinent. Arab Muslims had arrived as traders and settled on the eastern Malabar coast and were known as the Muflas in the 7th century. What happened in the 8th century? They were followed by the Arab invasions of Sindh under Muhammad bin Qasim. The Arabs settled in Sindh up to Multan but did not cross over in northern India. So in the 11th century, the incursions came from the northwest and Turks, Persians, Afghans and Central Asian Turks ruled India from the Himalayas down to the southern tip of India. So the 12th century was a very important century in which the Muslim and the Hindu appear as a nation on the subcontinent. But in the background, there were many reforms done by some of the Muslim reformers as well some of the Hindu reformers. First of all, we will read about the Muslim reformers from the past. By the 12th century, Muslim religious reformers had tried to uplift the Muslims as a community in India, like Shah Waliullah and Haji Shariatullah. They urged the Muslims to understand and practice their religion in its true spirit to regain their former position. So the Muslim reformers play a very important role to realize the Muslims that how they can regain their former position and they are a separate nation. After that, there were some earlier reformers like Sheikh Ahmad Sirhindi and Sayyid Ahmad Shahid Relvi. They made the Muslim of India conscious of their right to practice their religion in peace, which was not possible under the non-Muslim rule. In the sequence, there was a very famous name, Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan, who stressed the Muslims to gain modern education and realize them the worth of seeking their destiny as a separate community in India. So in the mid of the 18th century, with the decline of the Mughals in the subcontinent, Muslims lost their political and economic power and with it their moral strength. Like there were many Muslim reformers, as well there were Hindu reformers who realized their nation that they are a separate nation. We will read this in Hindu revivalist movement and nationalism. The Hindu community under British went and transformation to form a national identity based on their religious views. The Aryas March in 1875 sought the purification and glorification of the Hindu religion as described in the Vedas. Anandamath, the Abbey of Bliss. It is a very famous novel written by Bankim Chandra. It preached an anti-Muslim sentiment and not liked by the Muslims. It was contained a very famous anthem, Bande Matram. After this, there were other Hindu reformers like Bal Gandhar Tilak and Gopal Krishna Gokhale. They led the conservative and modernist approach to gaining rights from self-rule from the British. After these circumstances, when there were many Hindu and Muslim reformers, the British thought to pass a bill, and in this sequence, in 1884, a bill was passed named Albert Bill by Viceroy Lord Curzon. When this bill was passed, and this was in the favor of the Hindus of the subcontinent, all of the Europeans became very angry. The Albert Bill allowed Indian judges to preside over cases involving British subjects in India. This created a violent reaction among Calcutta Europeans commercial community. So Lord Ripon had to agree to a compromise because of the political agitation by the Europeans. When the bill was taken back, the reaction was very violent. Hindu did not like it when the Albert Bill was taken back, as there were considerable number in the judiciary service. So, in the result, there were arrests, and this event was resulted in the formation of the Indian National Congress. Thank you.